Hey, what's going on, guys? Tim Lloyd here with the Zero Hour Special Fighter Focus. We got Joel Winters, Chino Winters,
Yes,
joining us
sir.
here tonight, getting ready for Macon Fight Night. Joel, how's it going, man?
Man, it's good. I'm good. Just finished cutting a little bit of weight, feeling good, ready to go, man.
So it's Thursday night when we're speaking. You're in the last stages of the weight cut, so we'll be weighing in tomorrow.
Yeah.
And how's it going, man? It looks like you're in pretty good spirits. Most guys probably wouldn't want to talk to me the night before weigh in, but it looks like you're ahead of the game.
Nah, man, I'm good. It's been a good camp, eating right the whole way through. So only a little bit to cut now. Just
No,
finishing it up.
Joel, of course, a bantamweight product out of ATT Lima down in Hotton this weekend on Macon Fight Night. He's going to be taking on Brendan Chapman. Let's talk a little bit about him, man. Well, actually, let's backtrack a little bit before we get to Brendan. Of course, last time out you had a draw, and it's rare that we see
Yeah.
draws. And that's been, I guess we're going on about 6 months ago, give or take, or no, I guess
Yeah.
about 5 months, something like that.
September.
No, September, yeah. So
Yeah.
talk about that fight. You fought a guy named Dustin Chapman. Not familiar with him, but obviously, if you went all the rounds with him, he must have been a pretty tough cat.
Yeah, he's a tough guy. I don't know. They just said the guy had a military background. Pretty good guy, good jujitsu, good grappling guy. I felt good on my feet. There was a couple things I feel like I made a couple mistakes going into the fight, just like certain things I thought about the game plan, but I just sort of like trusted a couple things more. Like my coaches were telling me, like I had Will Brooks.
Oh yeah,
I had Will in my corner. He was helping me out a lot, and it was just like certain little things he was telling me in the corner, and it was just like pull the trigger, pull the trigger.
yeah. Hey man, Will's got top level experience, man.
Oh
So
yeah,
anything you can gain from him is only going to help you. He's been at the top stages in the world.
yeah, man. Will's like that's my big brother right there.
Nice. Now, I was reading your answers to our questionnaire. I'm actually going to be doing commentary this weekend. It's
Okay.
been a while since I've done that, but I was looking at your answers, and you told me several big names that you've been getting some work in for this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Kamaru was down maybe 2.5, 3 months ago now. He was here for about 2 weeks. He
Nice.
trained at Jucals with us in Atlanta and came to Lima's with us quite a bit. Um, Actually, just last week, UFC, I think he's a welterweight. Preston Parsons came down, got in some good rounds with him too. He's a tough guy, good guy. We get a lot of guys now. It's like we're starting to become truly a big team, I think. Like we're starting to get our own like names coming out of the gym.
Hey, I love it, man. Of course, down there with ATT Lima. Talk about some of the guys who've been helping you get ready for this one with your camp. Just more local types, I guess.
Yeah, man. Cody Durden, he actually just Cody, I'm mad at him. He just left me and went to Coconut Creek last week, but
Oh,
Cody's been helping me out a lot. Another local guy, Anthony Rivera, really good. Another local pro, Jamar Whitehead,
mhm.
really good, good stand up, good guy. Just a lot of guys out of the gym. We have from 25 to 55, it's killers. We got a amateur champ, Christian.
Turner.
He's at 155 for NFC. He's a beast. So many guys.
Undefeated. Yeah, that guy's a tough guy. They were actually trying to get me to find him a fight. I couldn't get anybody to take him up my way. That
I
guy's
know,
definitely
right? Yeah.
for sure. Let's talk about this one coming up, man. So, we're going to Macon here this weekend. It's a co-promotion with us at Aries, along with NFC. You, of course, being a vet of both
Yeah.
NFC. I guess this will be your
Yeah.
first time working with Conflict. They're great guys. Taking on Brendan Chapman out of Upstate Karate there in Simpsonville, South Carolina. We've seen them plenty of times as well. I've not seen Chapman actually, but I've seen plenty of his teammates. Let's talk about
Yeah.
this one, man. He's got a very similar record to yourself. From what I can gather from video, he's a scrappy, tough guy. And
Yeah.
on paper anyway, it kind of looks like your typical striker versus grappler affair.
Yeah, man. I think he's a tough kid, but it's like at this point, I'm really just looking forward to like showing everything. Like, I want to put on a show, I want to entertain, but I also want to show every bit of MMA. Like, nowadays, it's not even just like striker versus grappler. Like, it's to the point we've been in the MMA gym now, Tim, 5, 6 years, man. It's like
Right.
we got to
MMA.
put on a full show, striking the takedowns to everything.
Is there anything you've been working on in particular here? Not asking you to give your game plan away or anything, but is there any aspects of your game, I guess, that you're trying to fine tune before you make that leap onto the pros?
Yeah, man, just like more high level thinking in my training. I want to like dial in my nutrition more, really like scheduling out my training throughout the week all the time, getting in rounds on rounds. Like right now, between Jucal and Will, the rounds that I'm doing is overtime, man.
Yeah, if you escape out of there, man, then anything you see in the cage is going to seem like a cakewalk, comparatively speaking. You've got a lot of, your last one, two, three of your last four have gone to decision. So, you've been able to show good cardio out there. This is one thing I like to ask a lot of guys, again, as you're kind of starting to work your way towards the professionals. Are you starting to find it easier to think in there and actually
Yeah,
kind
man.
of not things just be a million miles a second, like I'm sure it could be early in your career?
Yeah, Tim, you probably remember my first fight. It was haywire, man. It was
It was
absolute chaos there, man.
it was bonkers.
But I got the finish. But now, yeah, I do feel like I'm thinking. I'm more cerebral. I can set things up. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm not just a kid running out there like, what am I supposed to do? Got to finish this guy. Get him out of
Right.
here. Like it's a fight, but I know what I'm getting myself into. I'm prepared, calculated. I'm not rushing anything. I'm just looking for the spot.
So, let's talk about goals, man. Long term, short term. Where are we looking to get with this thing? Obviously, you're a young man. You're very dedicated. I can see in your training. You stay active. You don't take long gaps in between fights, which is another really good thing I like to see in guys. What's short term and what's long term? Obviously, I'm assuming you're wanting to get to the UFC at some point as a pro. What if I'm wrong? Correct me. But what is something you'd like to accomplish in 2022? What this year? Short term goal.
2022 short-term goals, man. I really just want to finish off this amateur career right, man. Like whole 2022, just put on a bang from start to finish. I really want to see, Gamma, they're having worlds. I know I'm not going to do the 2021 ones because it's in like Germany, super far away. But I've already started saving up. So we're going to see where the 2022 is. And if we can make that happen, that's what I want to do. But if not, just a ton of amateur fights in, traveling around, getting them in, getting ready for the pros.
Another thing you'd mentioned is, obviously you come from a wrestling background, grappling background, but you are a guy that has been doing MMA since a young age. As you
Yeah.
consider yourself a new breed of fighter, guys that a lot of guys that are a little bit longer in the tooth, they come from wrestling, they come from BJJ, or they come from kickboxing, and then they do MMA. You've been
Mhm.
doing MMA from
Yeah,
prep
man.
since you were a young boy.
Yeah, man. I did boxing and wrestling hand in hand. I started wrestling a little earlier than boxing, but man, amateur boxing throughout middle school was my life. I had admired Floyd Mayweather like he was a god. I watched 24/7 episodes at night, like that was it. So, no, I definitely all aspects of the game I've always had my eye on it. And it just happened to work out.
It makes it's an aspect of the sport, in my opinion, that has just really evolved, because you've got all these like yourself, you Chase Boutwells, some
Yeah.
guns, Jamar White has another. These guys that have come, the guys like my age, were we were already in our mid 20s before it was even a real thing. You guys have had it at as you've grown up, immediately getting into the transitions, which seems to be the thing that is the most tricky for a lot of guys to learn. Maybe they're a good wrestler, but they can't string together those transitions, the in between moments between
Hmm.
the grappling, the wrestling, the striking,
Hmm.
clinch battles along the cage. Is that something that you think that it plays to your advantage? Is kind of immediately, training aspects versus having to be disciplined in one aspect and be really good at one thing, but then having to like pick up all this other stuff and tie it together in a different sport.
Absolutely, man. I've been doing like you gotta think about it. At Lima, we've been doing full straight mixed martial arts practice for the past 5 years, striking to wrestling to jujitsu all in one practice all together in small gloves. So it's not your typical MMA gym. Like we get in, yeah, we have our striking, yeah, we have our jujitsu, yeah, we have those classes. But when we have our MMA, we also get in straight MMA drilling from striking to the floor, all in between. So I've learned that way, and the transitions now are so smooth. Scrambling to anything is just second nature.
Awesome, man. I'm really stoked for
Yeah,
this
man.
weekend. Of course, Big first time that we've been down to Macon. It looks like we're gonna have a pretty full house. It sounded like it's gonna be pretty packed out. A lot of good action. Before we move on to my last topic, we've got obviously you and Brennan Sullivan have had some words in the past. You called Briven
Yeah,
out. That's a fight that I think a lot of us want to see. Even for that 135 strap. Not looking
yeah.
against Brendan Chapman, obviously, because he's a tough guy.
No,
But
never.
is Briven Sullivan a guy that you still got on your radar here? And honestly, kind of looking at this, it's not that far stretch as far as style matchups go with Chapman and Sullivan.
Yeah. I mean, Tim, you're giving away too much of the game plan here.
Oh no!
Maybe, maybe not. But no, Briven is my son. That's like whenever I want that, I got it. Like Briven is just like you can poke the bear so easy with him. You just have to know the right buttons. But
Right.
no, definitely not looking past Chapman at all. I think he's tough. I want to get in there and test myself with him. I think he's a good guy, older guy, but I definitely want to put the work in against him. But Briven knows what's coming too.
I
And
love
that
it.
strap is mine. Like Briven can't even talk about that. There's some other guys that I think are more deserving, but Briven knows what he's getting.
Hey, I love it, man. It's always good to have a little build up to some fights. It keeps people excited,
Exactly.
keeps the fans into it. So I love it.
Exactly.
Let's go, man. Out there, why they need to tune in this weekend to see Macon Fight Night. I don't know if there's any tickets left, to tell you the truth, but there's pay per view Expectation Sports. Let people know where they got to tune in to see you throw down.
Yeah, man. Tune in. We're the new breed of MMA for sure. Team Lima, ATT Team Lima, Atlanta. We're going up this year. All the young guns in the gym, we're all coming up. I think 2022 is going to be a big year for me and a lot of the other guys. We're going to put on a show, and it's just going to keep rolling into the pros, man. That's exactly what we're going to do. And it starts with this weekend.
Hey, man, I'm pumped for it. I'm going to let you give some love where it's due. Any shout outs, friends, family, training partner, sponsors, any love you want to give?
Yeah,
I'll let
man.
you have it, and then let us know where we can follow you on social media so we keep up with your fights.
Of course, Barber Orthopedics, they keep us well aligned in all types of ways. Dr. Barber, Dr. Scott Barber, that's my guy. Also, attorney Leonard Mathis, one of my sponsors. He's a great dude. He helps me out a lot. Rock Hard Fitness, those are my strength and conditioning. My dad owns the gym.
Nice.
I'm in here right now, Rocky mode, late at night, getting it in. But yeah, man, those are my sponsors. You can follow me on Instagram, not Joel Winters fighting, but I am fighting, obviously. And yeah, I really just like tell people to go follow my Instagram. I'm gonna start a YouTube up soon, and we're gonna get that going. But definitely just the Instagram for now, and be on the lookout for things we're doing next year.
Hey, really, really appreciate the time, Joel. Looking forward to seeing you at weigh-ins tomorrow. We'll get this
Uh
thing
huh.
underway, my man. Once again, this has
Yes,
been
sir.
Joel Winters. You can catch him this Saturday at Macon Fight Night pay-per-view. Expectation Sports will be taking on Brendan Chapman. Looking to put on a show. I know you will, my man. We'll see you there.
Beat 'em up. You already know, Tim. Later, brother.